Turn on your tap and fresh, clean, abundant drinking water is always there. Thinking ahead makes that happen. Here's one example. Maine Water is building a new 3 million gallon storage tank just off South Street in Biddeford. It's a major part of the water delivery system in northern York County, providing critical reserves of drinking water and helping to make sure there's always enough pressure for the community's fire hydrants. The tank is replacing a reservoir. When Maine Water came to town 2 years ago, we discovered that the little-known reservoir, lined and covered, was leaking so much water that we had no choice but to replace it.
In the worst case, we may have been losing up to 1 million gallons a day of water that we have treated and pumped to the reservoir just to see it leak out and go into the ground. So one of the objectives of the project is to capture that lost water and make sure it's not happening anymore. When we acquired the Biddeford Saco Water Company, the efficiency of this system was very low. Literally only 60 to 62 gallons of water out of every 100 that was taken out of the river was actually making it to a customer. One of the things we found was that the reservoir, with its Hypalon liner and cover system, was a major source of those leaks, where we were losing water because each year during the course of the winter, with the reservoir normally rising and falling with daily demands, the ice formation both on top of the cover and below the cover were creating minute tears, and in fact in some areas larger tears, where the water would literally leak out of the reservoir.
That explains the $2.5 million investment in a new storage tank. Chris Hodgson is Vice President of DN Tanks. He points out the benefits to the local economy.
When you have a project like this that's in the range of $2.3, $2.4 million in that range, as I recall.
Correct.
So a good portion of that is spent locally in building the tank. It's a nice additional benefit to getting the new tank as well.
Almost $500,000 of that is associated with the site work, to create the proper place for the tank to sit, to connect the piping to the distribution system, to create the final grades, and to integrate the tank as a structure into the water system. And that's a local contractor. All of those benefits, we get to see the tank manufactured here as the owner. We get to do our own quality control and our own inspections along the way. That's what we're doing here today.
Clean drinking water and economic development depend on a solid, dependable infrastructure. When you see us out in the community, that's what we're working on.